Hello and welcome to Trinity of Life. I'm Christina Suzama, and what we're going to do today is we are going to go through, which I've been wanting to go through anyways, our Natural Products Expo review, because there were some companies that we never even made it to and some companies that we did. And for those of you who might not want to sit and watch each interview accordingly on the TV site, we thought we'd compile a few of the different products and some of them that we did miss at the show to actually have one-on-one interviews. You know, it's a 3-day event. Actually, it's a 5-day event, I do believe. And the first 2 days are for companies that are sourcing for new materials like herbs and supplement to create supplements. So it's a educational time for the first 2 days, like a Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is when the huge, massive expo opens up to all of us, you know, to buyers and vendors, exhibitors, you know, showing us their new products that they're coming out with. A lot of very reputable companies that have been around for a long time. And some very new companies, some from overseas that are actually showing their products here for vendors and buyers here, you know, such as people like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, you know, Safeway, the grocery stores, as well as people like Target, Walmart, etc. So a lot of the buyers all flock there for the 3 days. It's an intense 3 days. You will notice on our footage, if you view any of our individual interviews, you'll notice that there is always people in the background moving. Of course, not in front of us because we had this long wire from the camera to my microphone. So without further ado, I am right now just loving it. You see me rubbing my hands because there's a company in Canada that I have been buying their wonderful creams. And their company is called Aroma Crystal. They came out with a cream a while ago called the Dream Cream. And this is the picture. I don't know if you can see it clearly. I'm sorry I don't have the full-size bottle with me, but this is a picture of the tube that it used to originate in. And it was... oh, maybe this camera, you'll see it a little bit better. There you go. This is a tube that the cream used to come in. Well, they've expanded it. And this cream is, you know, it's like vibrational therapy. And that's basically what it is. It's a beautiful, rich cream. And I do believe the person 20 some odd years ago that created it, they do live on Salt Spring Island. And, you know, people who are in the wellness area or metaphysics area, they love that space. It's got a wonderful, wonderful energy. A speaker of ours is also from there, Anatara Buckley, who speaks on intuition. And she does angel readings, and she has wonderful clients that she works with. It's a very healing island. During this event, this expo, on the last day, as we were rushing around trying to capture a couple of other products that you know we really want to get on tape, we walked by a booth. I immediately recognized the logo, and I stopped. I literally stopped and went, "Oh my goodness, Aroma Crystal!" And just to know and find out that they have come out with a whole, expanded their line of products. And what I'm using right now is called the Gardener's Dream Lotion. It's lovely. Let me just see if I can get it so that you can see the packaging a little bit here, because of the light is a little bit difficult. But this is the lotion that I have. And every time you smell it, it's fragrance with all essential oils. And hence why it's vibrational therapy, because those of us who work in the wellness arena and who do body work, we realize that essential oils or aromatherapy is very powerful. It's very powerful in our work. It can be very soothing. It is very healing. And so from that one very rich cream, which is what they called the Dream Cream, now they have the Dream Lotion. And I have to tell you, it's a really beautiful texture. It's not as heavy as the Dream Cream, but it absorbs beautifully into the skin. You know, we all of different skin types, and some of my clients before found that the Dream Cream was just a little too heavy for them, and it sort of sat on the surface of their skin because of the kind of skin that they have, and it took a little longer to absorb. Well, right now, this Dream lotion is really, really stunning, the way it feels on the skin, and wonderful for men as well, because it's not a fragrance. It is an essential oil that is used to fragrance the cream, and because of that, it's very soothing. You can feel the body just begin to loosen with this cream. They also have come out with a body wash, which I am looking forward to trying, and a day moisturizer, skin moisturizer, and a evening or a richer moisturizer for drier skins, or skins that are a little more mature. And coming from the cosmetology industry and being an esthetician, all creams for the body, for the face, it's really about trying it. It's really about testing it on your skin. But these have no chemicals involved. It's the richness of the cream and the penetration of the essential oils. That is what they're using to support individuals. So I would really suggest you trying it. We're definitely going to be carrying this here at Shop YogaHub because I love this brand so much, and being a body worker, definitely I would recommend it highly for all my clients. It's difficult. There's so many wonderful products out there, and we really have to fine tune to the ones that we feel very aligned with as a company. And I have to say Aroma Crystal is truly one that I feel very aligned with and have felt very aligned with, for the past 15 years. When I could only purchase it in Canada, every time I would go up or have my family come down, have them buy a few tubes for me. But now we can carry it here in the US, so we can actually be able to send it to you anywhere in the world now because of our global community. And let's go to a clip of the interview that we had during the show. I've only known it for its cream. That's the one I've known, and it's such a wonderful cream. But now I see that they have an incredible array of other products as well that we're going to have Jillian tell us about. Hi, Jillian.
Hi, thank you. Gardener's Dream Cream is one of the signature products that we have that have been around since the 80s. Our Jane Jansen was the founder of the company and developed these products so that she'd have safe products for her family. Started cottage industry for sales, and now it's grown to a very well-established business, and we've won and recognized for Product of the Year and Best Product, so we're very, very proud.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. So the Gardener's Dream Cream is very well known. We've received thousands of testimonials about the product, how well it works. Everything from dry skin to helps with circulation, it helps with joint pain. It's just a fantastic, amazing product that people seek out and find us.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just an amazing product that you'd have to try, and you know that you'll be using it then for the rest of your life because it's amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
So we also have several different products. One being a lotion. It's much lighter. It has an almond oil base, and it's just beautiful for all over body. We also have a face line. Morning Dew Moisturizer that's a little bit lighter, goes under makeup. All of our products are chemical free. They're safe. They don't have parabens or no SLS. This just kind of goes over a little bit of the product here. We're tested on friends, not animals.
Well, this is very, very exciting. I thank you for your time, Jillian, and I hope and wish the company a lot of prosperity through this, and that they'll just reach out there. Great product. Great product. Okay. Now, children. One of my wonderful favorite topics, children, children, children. How do we nourish our children? How do we really build that wonderful foundation for them? And as a mom going out there looking for products since before my child was born, while my child was going through all the different stages in his life, Now he's almost 5, and I'm still always searching for products out there. You know, some of us live a very full life. We have our families, we have our work, whether it be your own business. We have obligations out there with other things that happen in our life. And instead of using the word busy, I have shifted it to being abundant. That's kind of how I feel. I mean, we're those of us who are like running or just so full at such a pace where we do have to step away for those few moments to take that moment for ourselves. Because of this, we don't, being what we called a WAM, a work at home mom myself, and working full 12-hour days at a minimum, actually, it was not easy to always have the time to create great nutritional foods for my son. And so once, of course, having nursed him for 3 years, after the first 3 months, we kind of did our parenting in a slightly unorthodox way. We didn't follow by the book. We believe that every child is so individual, and sometimes it's wonderful to read the books. It's wonderful to be educated in all those different realms and listen to other people, and we did that as well. But we also allowed what we felt intuitively as a parent to make certain decisions. So my son had been already onto what would be considered solid foods from about 3 months old. So we would make I would make the wild rice, and the protein, usually a chicken or a fish, or for the Asians, it's like liver. Liver is very important. I know right now there's a lot of you who are vegan and vegetarian out there, and you wouldn't maybe feed your children that, and you might be putting beans and things like that in the food as opposed to an actual meat protein. For me, I am a meat eater still, and not like I used to be, of course. But I really followed certain things with my child in the very beginning, because it just intuitively felt right. And of course, organic meats, organic vegetables, and that I was very conscious of. Instead of just a regular white rice, it would be wild rice and grains like quinoa, and all the different grains that are out now is just quite unbelievable. With the flaxseed, the flax meals, and things like that. And lots of vegetables, lots of green vegetables like the spinach, like kales, etc. I would cook them lightly so it wouldn't lose a lot of the nutrition. Of course, I'm not raw. So we would cook them, and then I would puree them in a little blender, and that would be his meals. Now, I preferred not to freeze the food at the time. I preferred that, I would make a batch and it would last 3 days. But it got quite intense, especially if we were traveling. And at that time, I was traveling quite often. So it was the easiest time to travel when the baby is so small. It was perfect, right? They sit on your lap in the plane, and everywhere you go, I had my child slung to me. But I found it difficult because I did start him on solids early. Luckily, living in Southern California, it was about summertime, so abundance of fruits and vegetables. But I have to say, when I traveled, what am I going to do? It's hard for me to pack the home cooked meals because they'll only last a certain amount of time, being refrigerated or, frozen first and then refrigerated because I was traveling. So what would I do? Well, I would, of course, buy the little containers of the organic, and I do believe it's like the Earth brand baby foods, which was very simple. It was liquid with, water with pureed vegetables or pureed fruit. And it was okay. But again, it wasn't like like making it home. Well, and it was very limited. It was like rice and chicken and pasta and tomatoes or something like that. And it was like not really the balanced diet that I wanted my child to be on still. Because I'd even mash up like sashimi. He was eating raw fish since 3 or 4 months old as well. So yes, my child is brought up quite differently from a lot. And you know, what really excited me this time at the Natural Products Expo is a few years ago, you would hardly find anything organic 5 years ago. You'd have the odd items that were organic. Then you would have the odd items that might have been like a natural bar or a natural food. But again, they weren't organic, or they weren't, they still had a certain organic sugars and everything in them. Well, this time, a company from the UK had come along, and they were showing their foods. And it's Ella's Kitchen. And you will see your typical, like, you know, apples and bananas. And it's in these squirtable containers, which a lot of us now are familiar with. These little, I don't know what pack they call them, but it's fun for kids. They unscrew the top and they squirt it into their mouth. Or, you know, as a parent, traveling with these instead of bottles, and, you know, it's healthy. There is nothing except apples and bananas in this. Now, I will encourage all of you, read the packaging. It's not only about it being natural, okay, because they can use natural sugars. They can use organic cane sugar. So as we all know, sugars, you know, it's not the best thing for our bodies. Read the packaging. That is what I will continue to say. This is what you see is what you get. All right. And what was great is it's not just about, like, we see the apple and the apple purees, and we see certain ones like that. But they had like apples and bananas, which we're all quite familiar with. And they have peaches and bananas. Okay. Now, another thing with these packs, you know what I found? What actually my son chose to do was unscrew these, of course, finish whatever was in the packaging. I get him to blow air into them to puff it back up again, pour a little bit of water in it, put the cap back on and swish it around. And lo and behold, that water, that nice clean water is just rinsed off your whole internal packaging, and he gets that last little dose. So you don't waste anything, and he loves it. It's a fun project for coordination. He was doing it since he was like 2 years old, but not with Ella's Kitchen, of course. They've got peaches and banana, but the ones that began to really excite me was, listen to this: sweet potatoes, pumpkin, apples, blueberry. Okay, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, apples, blueberry. Now that's, you know, there's no sugar added. And it's not necessary, because all these ingredients have the natural sweetness already. Now, for those of you who, like me, wanted things that were a little more substance, here is, it's so cute, oh so creamy chicken and corn mash. Chicken and corn mash. And it has herbs in it as well, so it starts to help their palates. They do have on each package what it might be good for. Like, I'm organic too from 7 months on, but quite honestly, I opened one of these packs the other day, and I do believe it was like, oh, I don't have it because we ate it. It was like a 4-bean. It was a 4-bean tube. It was 4 different kinds of beans, and what we wanted to try was actually squeezing it on tortilla chips, and it was so good. It was so good. So, you know, they have things like 4 beans. This is chicken mash, and this one is stage 1, so from 6 months, and it's blueberry pear baby brekkie. So it's a fruit smoothie with brown rice. Now, how wonderful is that? A fruit smoothie with brown rice, and I do believe a fruit yogurt. So there is yogurt in this with brown rice. Now, how many of you would think of mixing brown rice with a yogurt, right? I think as a society, we just have certain ways that we eat and that we fall into habit with. But as a baby or a child, they know no difference. And I always say, taste the baby food. And it's not like if you'll eat it, but make sure that, it's could be very bland, but to a child's fresh, clean palate, it's not bland. There is flavor, and they may make certain faces, but it doesn't mean they don't like it. So if we start them before they even start to acknowledge what savory, sweet, salty, spicy is, their palate already becomes trained to not separate them. Though we know as parents they go through ebbs and flows. And here's a spinach apple rutabaga. Spinach apple rutabaga. Well, I've never heard of that combination before. Spinach and apple I have, but not with rutabagas. And it's a smoothie, so it's from 4 months. So this is even for a younger child, which, how wonderful. The greens, the root vegetables. Broccoli, pears, and peas is another one here. And this is also from 4 months. Well, what a great way. When you're traveling, when you don't have time as a mom or a dad to cook, you can pop these in hot water, definitely not the microwave, pop these in warm water. If you're on a plane, they can warm it up for you. Okay, how wonderful. How wonderful is that? When you're traveling, they're easy. They just stack on top of each other. They're not that heavy. You can carry your carry-on. I don't know if you can put these in your carry-on. I do believe it's under 4 ounces, so maybe you can. Because I think here with the TSA, you have to be 4 ounces or less and in a Ziploc bag. So if you just carry these, in a container, a Ziploc bag, you should be able to pass through on the airlines. But when you're traveling in a car for long road trips or anything like that, how great is it to have nutritious food without all the preservatives, without all the sugars, etc. Easy, simple, and as I say, even my 5-year-old will love these simply because it's fun. And it's fun, and it's going to be like a treat to have one. And then he will be able to have his nutrition, in his lunchbox and as an afternoon snack. But as I said, we squeezed the 4-bean one onto those tortilla chips, which I also have to mention. But yes, please, if you can, join us for our clip of our interview here also on YHTV. Here I have found this wonderful company that have these incredible products for children. And these are things that I would make for my own child. And now in these wonderful packages that I couldn't believe it. And I am here now with the founder and owner of this company, Paul. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Christina.
And now, Paul, I understand that you're from UK.
Yes, Ella's my daughter. She's 12 years old now. But when she was about 2, she stopped eating foods that she'd ate for about a year, which all children do, about 2 years old. It's a sort of evolutionary thing to stop them eating bad foods. But I panicked as a first-time parent, and I thought, well, how am my child going to eat their foods? And I just used fun and games and mess and got her to relax and to laugh and de-stress myself and my wife as well. So we just took the stress out of weaning, made food fun. And I just thought, well, I bet lots of families feel like that. And I thought that parents will if parents use fun and games, that children will get better relationship with food earlier in life and try lots more foods and just grow up healthier.
What a great concept. And I completely, totally agree with you on that format as well. And so away from that, how did you develop all these flavors of products? I mean, this is a 4-bean feast. Is that amazing?
Well, what we did, we thought, let's try and really think differently. Let's try and think from a child's point of view to start with. And what do children want? Well, they want to be engaged with all their senses when they're eating food. I think when we go to a restaurant now, we'll remember a really good meal not just the really good food that we eat and the taste of it, but the company that we had and the location and the service and the entertainment. All of those things are stimulating our senses. And very small children are exactly the same. They want all their senses to be stimulated to enjoy the food most. So I thought, well, how can we stimulate all their senses? Well, we can use packaging that is tactile, colourful, use language that is very childlike, and then you put really unusual ingredients together that mom might not do at home. So we have broccolis, pears and peas here with this one. We have blueberries and yogurt together. And we have all sorts of odd recipes that come together. Blueberries and sweet potatoes is in one. So just to try and complement what mom might be doing at home, but in a really fun way so that children really want the food and they reach out to get the products and the brand. The other thing that I did was I noticed this packaging had never been used for baby food before. 6 years ago, we were the first people ever to try and put baby food into these pouches. What they're really great for is that they're really convenient for mom. They allow us to minimally process the food, so it's only pasteurized, and it's much more tasty and nutritious than, say, jarred food. But from a child's point of view, it's really tactile, it's really colourful, they can own it. When a baby is in a high chair, and they're seeing the rest of the family eat their meal with knives and forks, they can join in. It's their way of sort of a really important developmental stage where they can eat the food themselves, and they're controlling how much they have, and they feel like one of the family. So all of those things come together to just give children healthier habits that are just going to last their lifetime.
I have seen this company in many stores for quite a while. And R.W. Garcia, and I'm sorry, I only have their card because I have to tell you, we ate up all the chips, okay? They were a great company. They were sampling a lot of different kinds. Now, these are whole grain seeds, and they're called three seed savory dipping chips is what they call it. Well, there is a little bit of sugar in it, just a little bit of organic sugar in it. That I did see in the ingredients. But I have to tell you, these chips are amazing. They are really lovely. And I do believe we had a plain one, which is the blue corn dipping chips, I do believe. And then they gave us a package of the curry mango dipping chips. Now, why anyone would want to dip these chips, I don't know. Because the flavor is fantastic. I mean, we started, and it was one of those where it was such a great healthy treat as opposed to your regular chips. And the flavors were really wonderful. They were intense enough that you don't need to dip them in any sauces or anything. Now, I do believe that they do have just like a sea salt one in the stores, because I do believe I've seen them before. But again, you know, I never thought to buy it because we don't usually eat a lot of chips in this household. But these are W. Garcia dipping chips. If you get a chance to just get a small bag, if any of these flavors entice you, I mean the curry mango, if you like the flavors of curry mango, it's not really intense, like very like Indian curry flavored, but it's just enough. I mean, for my palate, it's just enough. So at the expo, the Natural Products Expo itself, we did not get to interview the owner or the sales reps for this company, for the chips, but we did get to play a little bit with one of their representatives. That was a mime, and he was just so lovely. And here's a little clip of him right now. You know, the time is going by really fast. So I'm just going to go through some other things that we never got a chance to get back to the to interview. Plum Organics, they also specialize in baby food, and this is their stage 2, cherry, sweet corn, and Greek yogurt. You see what I mean about the flavors that are coming out are really magnificent. They do have milk because of the yogurt in this product, but it's clean. It's quite a clean product here. So again, no extra sugars that I can see on the packaging. It's bananas and bananas and corn puree, cherry puree, and it's all organic. So that's another company, Plum Organics. What a yummy flavor! I can't wait to try this one. I do believe, I thought I had another one here for children, but maybe not. So, oh, yes, I do. Isn't it the, yes, the Happy Family, Happy Tot. They're another company that I do believe that they started off with frozen pureed fruits and vegetables, like five years ago, I do believe, because I remember it was just coming out when my son was really little, and we had tried some of their little frozen cups that you can buy actually in the freezer section of the health food stores. Whether they're available in the main streamlined markets like a Safeway or a Vaughn's or Gelson's or anything like that, I'm not sure, but they did have those in the frozen section. And this year they did come with a new kale, apple, and mango squeeze here. Now, they do have in this other ingredients, and I need to check with the company right now, but so it's not just the pure organic fruits and vegetables. They do have added vitamins and minerals in this. And a few of the other components in it, I just need to do a little research about, what those ingredients are, as I'm getting more and more familiar during, this time. For me, I usually, if I don't know what it is, I don't buy it. Okay. But I do know this family, and I mean this brand, and hence why, I have a high respect for what they began with. Now I would love to see what these other ingredients are, and it could be part of their vitamins, because it does have magnesium, vitamin D, choline, and so no doubt it's all parts of that. So this is not just your drink, but it's got added vitamins and minerals in it. And this is from Happy Tot, which is a part of a Happy Family children's products, I do believe. And yes, I can't wait to try this one as well. I mean, that's part of the fun for us when we go to these expos. We can actually taste and try the product. So it really, entices us to allow our communities how we felt about each of the products. Now, there was a tea company that I really loved the frequency of their teas, but we didn't get to interviewing them. Mountain Rose Herbs, and look how beautiful. They were giving away these satchels of tea, but it's really just a lovely little, what do you call these? A little tea, blah, blah. I don't know. I can't remember the name of these, but where you put your tea in and you drop it into your cup and you add your boiling water. Their teas had, if you looked at them in the jars, they were so full. The bulbs of the flowers of the rose petals were so full and beautiful. The frequency of their teas, the energy levels of their teas were very, very high. And, even though this is loose right now and in the container, you can really smell, all the herbs in it. It was very lovely. I would definitely keep, it says paint your palette. How cute is that? Because, on this sheet, it has the bold teas. It has minty teas. They're rich teas, their smooth teas, and their spicy teas. And so this company is one to look out for. Mountain Rose Herbs. I'm sure you could find them online. And not only did they do teas that I found out, but they also have hennas. They also have essential oils that I'm hoping to be able to test. And yes, of course, the loose leaf black, green, and red teas and white teas that they have. They've got quite a catalog. And they do sell to public, so that's something I'd like to share with you, that they do sell to public. But it's if you can see here, like pages and pages of their product listings that they source. It tells you where the origin is from. It tells you if it's organic. I do believe most of everything that they have is organic. So they would be, it is organic and fair trade herbs, spices, and teas. So if you have a chance to look them up, this is, again, Mountain Rose Herbs. So I would recommend that if you are a tea lover or love spices, I would recommend that you contact them for sure. Now, we have some very interesting other companies. I do believe this one is one that we really wanted to cover. The Hero Company. They're the ones who make the gummy bears, little gummy bears. So these are little sample packets that I'm showing you. That's the gummy bear vitamins is what they make. For those of you who might have trouble getting your child to take vitamins that don't look like a piece of candy or a treat. We've all brought our children up different. I mean, this one they're sugar-free, and I do believe that their sugar-free formulas are sweetened with stevia. Now, these are the little gummy bears, and this is for vitamin D3. As we all know, vitamin D has really sort of come up in time. Again, it's like there was a time when it was about, for children, vitamin C, and then now it's vitamin D that they're saying is very important for us. So they have the sugar-free gummy bears, the vitamin Ds, and then they have the multivitamin and mineral. So I think this is like, each serving is like 2 a day to get a good source of multiple, for children. Of course, I myself, these are fun for my son because it does represent a piece of candy that he would see outside. But he knows that, his multiple is like a wafer, and he chews on it and snacks on it. So he was brought up that was a fun treat as well. But, these actually look like pieces of candy that he sees some of his little friends in school having. So it makes him feel like he is having a piece of candy. For those of you who are needing calcium, and sometimes, and you don't want to be taking it any other way, but they call it the Healthy Indulgence line. And you can see here, they have one that is a multiple vitamin and minerals and one that is calcium. Now, I know with these, I personally don't need to take them because, I don't have I love chocolate, but I don't have such a sweet palate or anything. But sometimes with our elderly folks who have been brought up with a sweet palate on desserts and pies and cakes and things, these have been very helpful because, they don't like to take powders. They don't like to take certain vitamins. It gets hard for them to actually take tablets because it might be hard for them to swallow as they get older. I'm talking about some of our parents or grandparents. Well, these are just wonderful supplements because, again, it's like taking a treat. These are chocolate. They're in dark chocolate, and they have all their dietary supplements in them. And I should open one of these packs so I can show you, but it's like a little chocolate bar here. So this one is the vitamin mineral one. Let me just open this up so that you can see what's inside it. So see, it looks like a packaged chocolate. Isn't that beautiful, the way they've done it? And you see, it's like a little peppermint patty right there. So, and it smells lovely. So it's a nice treat, you know, for anyone that you know that might need a little help taking their supplements. Like as I say, you know, and some of you might just like it, like to keep a box at the office in your drawer and just slide it in and out. So they have the multivitamins and minerals, and they do have the calcium as well. You know, especially, you know, that now they're doing a study where it's not just women who need the extra calcium, but men do as well. So, and it's not a high number; it's only 500 milligrams of calcium that you'd be getting in one of these little pieces. But if you like chocolate, that might be the way for you to take your vitamins and calcium, okay? And you can offer it to your friends too if you have it at the office. Now, what else do we have here? Sugar-free slice of life. Of course, as you all know, we did have, we ran into one of our wonderful sponsors, Noon. Well, here I am at our wonderful Noon booth. Our wonderful sponsors of our virtual World Yoga and Meditation Conference for the past 3 years, this wonderful company. And I think a lot of you participants will recognize this, of course, in your welcome packages, the U-Hydration tablets that you all received. So here we are at their wonderful booth, and we are going to be talking with one of the owners of this company so that he can fill us in on the magnificence of what they're doing and how they're moving forward. I am here with Mason of Noon.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mason. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You're welcome.
So, first of all, we, of course, love your company. We love your product since we were introduced to it 3 years ago. And we want to thank you for your continuous support of our Virtual World Yoga Meditation Conference, where we've been able to pop in those tablets in everyone's welcome packages. So it has been a lot of fun. Thank you. So Mason, can you explain to our audience the 3 levels of the products that you have?
Sure thing. Yeah, for us, it really all comes down to hydration. And so we've got 3 products that really range in different parts of your day or different things that you might be doing to stay optimally hydrated. Our original product line is called Noon, and it's really an electrolyte replenishment tablet. So all of our products are tablets that you drop into your own water bottle, so it's very portable, allows you to take it with you. It's also much better for the environment. That product really focuses on replenishing your sodium, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Has a little bit of blend of vitamins, but much lower in profile. We then launched a product called U-Hydration, which is the product that you all have been handing out. And that really was aimed at balancing more between your electrolytes and your vitamins. And so really for all day health and wellness, right? Because you can't just show up and expect to get hydrated while you're doing something. You need to be hydrated throughout the day. The flavor profiles in those are really relaxing. So we've got tangerine, ginger, cucumber mint, lemon chai, goji berry green tea. And we're really excited because we've just announced a new product line that's actually called Noon All Day. And it really is the combination of both of those 2 lines that we had in place. So it's an all-natural product, sweetened with stevia, that is a blend of 17 vitamins and minerals. And as the name says, Noon All Day, it's really about that pure all-day hydration. The flavors of those are really crisp and clean and really have much more of a family flavor profile to them. And in that, we've got grapefruit orange, we have grape raspberry, tangerine lime, and blueberry pomegranate. And so you'll start seeing that out on shelves in the next few weeks as well.
That sounds really yummy. And so the Noon All Day that you're coming out with, so it's higher in vitamins and nutrients in that way.
It is, yeah. You know, one of the things when we went out and talked to consumers, they said that they love Noon's flavors, but they were really they didn't necessarily believe they needed that electrolyte profile for the rest of their day. It really met their needs when they were working out, when they were sweating and needed to replace the electrolytes, but they were looking for something to do the rest of the day, and we figured if we could give them some great vitamins along with it, it just enhanced the experience. And really, you know, as you continue to see and hear and read on the importance of hydration, where you're to have 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, a lot of people can't do that because the water itself gets boring. And so by adding the flavor, adding the vitamins, adding a little bit of sodium that actually excites the thirst mechanism, it really gets you to drink a lot more water. And even though we have nothing in it that would be considered an energy drink, people really start to feel like they have much more energy because they're properly hydrated. One of the first things that actually hits you when you're dehydrated is that you start to feel lethargic. It's really not until you're further down the path that you even start to feel thirsty.
Well, as they say, the minute you start feeling thirsty, you are so dehydrated by that point. So you need to hydrate consistently. Now, what I love about it, and I know what kids, my own child loves about it, is that it fizzes in the water. And though you hydrate is meant for people with light workouts and things like that. I mean, definitely when he's at the park running for 3 hours, that's the one I definitely give him. But it fizzes like soda. So it really attracts them to drink it and without the sugar content.
Yeah, it's really neat because it's effervescence. With that comes a few key benefits. One is it dissolves very cleanly, so you don't have to shake it. Unlike powders that oftentimes you get that layer of powder that doesn't quite dissolve all the way, the effervescent tablet dissolves. It's actually a lot of fun too. The other neat thing, I have kids as well. I have 3 kids. They love to take half tablets and they create their own combination of flavors. And then they also do races where they'll each pick the half, and whoever comes to the top first wins and gets to drink it first. That really is nice. And then the effervescence also gives it a real crisp feel. And it's not carbonation, so you don't get any gassy feeling in your stomach. But it just excites your mouth enough to want to continue to drink more.
All right. So I wanted to share with you ladies a product that I found on the market. As a woman and as we go through life and we have our cycles, we have learned that some of the products on the market are not as safe for us, okay? Because we use it right against our skin, and for example, with tampons, we're actually inserting it internally. And I've noticed that, of course, myself, I'm very sensitive, so I do get reactions to certain plastics and certain cottons too. And that seems to have affected me with quite a few brands that have been out there and have been out there for a long time. But there hasn't been much offered in the past years for us. I do believe there is a company out there that does have organic cotton feminine hygiene that I've used quite consistently. And the issue with some others that I've tried that have been organic or 100% cotton has been they don't work or they haven't worked very well. Now, I'm not going to mention those brands because I do believe that it might be working for some of you, but some of us, it doesn't work. I ran into a new company, and I don't know if some of you might have heard of them. Organic, spelt with a Y. Okay, now these are from Italy. They were produced in Italy. They are manufactured in Italy. And they have actually been around for a while. That's what they tell me. And now they're trying to bring it over to the U.S. They are 100% organic cotton, which is very thrilling to me. Now, they have everything from your pads and, the pads with wings. And I do believe this is the pads with wings for those of you who appreciate having the wings on your pads. Here's the ones that without. And so each of these, these are the liners. They're liners for light flow, and they have the ones for the moderate flow. Now they also have I do believe they also have their tampons. Okay, and these are the ones without the help for insertion, but I do believe they have the other ones as well because I saw them at the show. So also what has become, in Europe they have bidets, which some homes now have it here, which is right next to, in your bathroom, right next to your toilet, you have an extra sink or basin. And it is basically to wash oneself, after you use the toilet. So that was that basically started in Europe. So what's interesting is the Europeans I've known have always had an intimate wash, and so do they here. And this is free of colorings, parabens, perfumes, and it's just a hygienic intimate wash that they also have. And what is great when you are out and about on the road, and especially when you're in hot or if you're feeling uncomfortable, they have the wonderful feminine hygiene wipes, which, you know, I do know a lot of my female counterparts were using baby wipes for many years. Well, you know, the feminine hygiene wipes have become very popular. So they do have this in the organic cotton as well. So it's lovely that this company has, you know, has brought out for us another line that we are able to try now to compare. They're telling me that they do have the studies for each of these, that they work just comparable or better than some of the brands that have been out in the market for many, many years that are non-organic, okay, non-cotton, non-organic cotton. So I am waiting for those studies, and I will definitely make it a point to interview the gentleman who is representing them here in the U.S. They did have a lovely woman at the show, which you will see from our clip from Italy itself. So, you know, that's also representing this line of product. Now, they also have a beauty line, like they have the 100% cotton wool buds. Now, I can't wait to try these because now this is away from the feminine hygiene. Now, we've covered the feminine hygiene that they have. They have the beauty line of the cotton wool buds. Now, those of you who are familiar with Q-tips and things like that, you know, there's so often that I've tried to switch to something that's organic. But again, I run into problems where they fray really fast or they don't hold together when I'm using it for my makeup or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. And of course, they have their cotton pads, you know, like for makeup removal and etc. So, you know, their beauty cotton pads. So that's really interesting. Now, what really thrilled me and what actually made me stop at their booth was a line of baby products that they're coming out with. We're very familiar with some of the products out there that are biodegradable, etc. And here at YogaHub or our Eco-Friendly Babies site, we do carry some, you know, one of the first biodegradable diapers that was in Sweden, and they're from Sweden. That biodegradable diapers and wipes, and the main base was corn for those. Now, this company is coming out with their line of 100% cotton biodegradable diapers, okay? And I do believe they have two lines, one that is 100% organic and then another one that is non-organic, I do believe. Now, they do have also with the baby line is they're going to come out with their baby wipes as well. They have a beautiful diaper, very similar to the look of, you know, the diapers that are out there today with a set-in liner. The edging of the diapers and everything, it's just the quality, the fit that I could see just by playing with it. I know so much about children and what children's comfort and what is good for them. But to have this 100% cotton disposable diaper, they felt great. They felt so soft. And with the liner inside the diaper shell itself, that is washable, of course, and easy Velcro, light, very light. So it's something for us to really look out for. I'm very excited, and I can't wait. And I think I do believe that they're coming out in a month or two as well with that line here in the U.S. So look out for it. It's organic, spelt with a Y. So it's ORGANYC, organic. And and here is a wonderful clip with our interview with the beautiful girl from Italy. Well, hello, ladies. This is a product for us. And you know how hard it is to find our feminine care that is organic and 100% cotton and works. So I have with me right now Sylvia from Italy, and this is an incredible product that was introduced in Italy, and it's all over Italy right now, and they are actually now in the US. Is that right?
Yes, we started basically in 2008, so 3 years ago, and things are going pretty well. I mean, we started with the mass market actually, so big retailers, and now we're entering the health food stores. But yeah, it's turning out to be quite successful.
Yes, yes, with all the sicknesses and everything that you hear about with the regular products.
Mainly irritations, actually. I would say, yeah, irritations, allergies. Sometimes when you use plastic products and synthetics and you have a constant touch and contact with your skin, you can develop some rednesses and stuff like that. It doesn't happen with cotton.
I mean, which is really fantastic. And I'm one of those that is allergic to every plastic that's out there.
Okay, well, you should try something in this case.
Absolutely. No, this is really wonderful because also what they have here is, of course, you have the pads here.
Right, we have pads, liners, we have tampons, we have maternity pads.
Maternity pads.
Yeah, then we have an intimate wash, 100% organic formula. We have
that's
our
lovely.
wet wipes, which are quite unique because you have 100% organic cotton wipe and organic formula, so the entire product is certified organic actually. Then we are presenting and launching in the US a new line of beauty products for the skincare, meaning cotton balls, cotton rounds, cotton swabs in 100% organic cotton and biodegradable packaging. And we will be launching quite soon a hybrid diaper meaning you have a panties like this.
Now, these are the diapers that I have my eye on for you young mothers out there. It looks fantastic. And I love the feel of the cotton as well. And the way these diapers are made, you know, being a mom myself and going on the search for the best diaper for my babies, it's beautifully done, as the Italians usually do when they fashion, you know, very fashionable, and the stitching and the quality is just fantastic.
Yeah, it is. And it's quite unique because you will have the panties and a 100% cotton pad to place inside, and nobody else is doing a similar product at the moment. So
And biodegradable, so that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Even though I would never throw these down the flush like some people do.
but it's nice to know
it's-
you could
Yeah. It's just, you know.
if you want it.
So really, really wonderful, very exciting new products, and these are available online at this point.
Everything is available in the US, all the feminine hygiene line, and wash and wipes as well. And surely we will have the beauty line and diapers and incontinence.
So for those of you, depending on where you live, it's organic spelt with a Y. Okay, organic spelt with a Y. And we can find these supposedly online if you can't find them in your local stores or anything like that. But go out there and look for them and try them out. And I believe it to be a really wonderful product here. Through the whole expo, one product really excited me, and I do believe will excite our community, especially our community of yoga practitioners, people who are living the lifestyle, the yogic lifestyle, and the people who are just learning about it. This is a simple form, a simple step in the right direction. Now, this company, Irwin Ayurvedics, have designed the first, as far as we know in this country at least, a supplement. Now, are you Vata, Pitta, or Kapha? And this is a very, very interesting topic that came up during our Virtual World Yoga Conference this year, where people have been learning more about the Eastern philosophies in medicine, about, you know, how the system and bodies run. Now, with Ayurveda, which I am just beginning to learn about Ayurveda, there are 3 body types, and they call it Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. And there is questions for the practitioner to ask an individual, to see what body type they actually fall into. In this company, they actually give you a questionnaire. And the questionnaire you go through, and sometimes you are more of one than the other. Sometimes you might be a combination of all 3 body types. It just depends it just depends on you as an individual. And Dr. Nick Bitz, who is the person who formulated these, he is an Ayurvedic practitioner. He is a naturopath here in Los Angeles. We had a lovely conversation with him, and I invite you to listen and enjoy how he came about doing this with this company. It's really wonderful, and I think it is going to be an easy way for all of us to at least be introduced to a wonderful supplement that is going to support our body types and complement any of the vitamins and minerals and other supplements that we are taking. And of course, with all supplements, I always say check with a practitioner, check with a professional, knowledgeable individual who does work in that area, and just to make sure things work for you and are good for you. You know, what works for one doesn't work for everyone. But I hope you enjoy this clip that I have with Dr. Nick Bitz. Well, here at YHTV at the Natural Products Expo, I have run into a product that is ultimately the most exciting so far. What is it? A new line of Ayurvedic supplements. And I am going to have the person who produced this speak to you about it personally. I'm here right now with Dr. Nick Bitz.
Greetings.
Hi, Nick. Can you please tell me how and what compelled you to make this line of supplements?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there are a lot of Ayurvedic supplements that are currently on the market. We do see a lot of single herb ingredients, such as just ashwagandha, or simple formulas like triphala that are on the shelf. But nobody's really looked at body type formulas. And so this has really taken a very different approach. We really wanted to address the whole person and to really speak to and really honor what is Ayurveda. The core of Ayurveda are these three body types. If you know your body type, you know what you should be eating, you know exactly what kind of vitamins you should be taking, you know exactly what kind of herbs you should be taking. And if with that knowledge, you can actually, you have the tools, according to the Ayurvedic textbooks, to really live a long, healthy, very full life. But it really starts with knowing your body type, number one, and then knowing what to do about how to bring balance to your specific body type. So that's it. So the idea really was just to give people the tools. We actually have a questionnaire which we've created. It actually helps people to really identify in a very basic way what is your constitution. So, in our questionnaire, there are several questionnaires available online, but this questionnaire in particular has about 25 different questions that really can help people pinpoint, are you a Vata, Pitta, Kapha, or are you a combination of those? So once you figure that out, we actually have these various products that actually are speaking to the three body types. So if you're a combination of a couple different body types, such as Vata and Pitta, you can actually help to use these two products during the course of the year. So you can actually use 50% of the year you would use the Vata body type, the other 50% you would use the Pitta body type product. So we do have dietary guidelines and treatment plans that are online as well that are really complementary to this whole product line as well.
Oh, that's really very exciting. So this is a supplement like someone would take a vitamin, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that people could do day in and day out. It's actually in liquid soft gels. We use liquid soft gels, which are fairly unique. We can actually put oils into these products. So they all have energetic qualities. So certain body types tend to be cooling overall. They have cold hands, poor circulation. So you need oils, you need herbs that are actually warming and stimulating and moving to balance that out. So this could actually be used, in my opinion, on a day-to-day basis in place of a multivitamin or to complement a good multivitamin. It really is, if you can't eat a pristine Ayurvedic diet according to your body type, you could take a product that helps to get the energetic qualities that you're trying to get from your diet that you may or may not be able to get.
Now that's really very, very interesting because we had, during our conference this year, as you very well know, Felicia Marie Tomasco as well as Sharon Heller were the two that spoke about Ayurvedic balance in the body. And so many of you had either called in or sent the messages in about that you are of two body types or you are tridoshic. So here now is a supplement that you're able to consider during your daily routines and balance during the different times of the year. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely. You know, and a lot of the formulas, well, all of the formulas have a lot of different herbs in them. So they're balancing. Some of them are focusing on the brain. Some of them are focusing on digestion. They're really this full body formula that really is giving you the tools to be well, to actually move from your current state, to be well. People are actually noticing that when they're starting these supplements, their yoga practice improves, their stability, their mental stability improves, just their general sense of well-being. So if you can pinpoint your specific body type, using this product, you can do 1 pill per day. You can do 4 pills per day. You can find what dose works specifically for you.
Now, how did you come to this? Are you a yoga practitioner, or did you study the Ayurvedic arts?
Yeah, I'm a naturopathic physician. I'm licensed in the state of California. I do have a practice here, but generally speaking, I do formulate for Irwin Naturals. In my past, I did live in India for a year. Lived in an ashram, studied in medical school over there. And I've been practicing yoga since I was, very young. Continue my practice, but really it's just kind of, I think this is just an extension of who I am and how I live my life, and in terms of how I treat my patients. I always treat my patients, I view my patients through the Ayurvedic lens. So I'm always trying, I do the pulse diagnosis, I do face diagnosis. First and foremost, I'm trying to get at who is this person that I'm trying to really look at and treat. I'm not looking at their diseases, I'm looking at the core of this person. If I can treat the person, all of their diseases will actually go away. So I don't need to go and actually treat their thyroid gland specifically. I need to treat their body type. The thyroid will improve as well as everything else, which is kind of a neat concept. So really it's been a very long path for me. This is something that I've got a lot of training in, but I'm starting to incorporate this with my Western medical training as well. So people are resonating with it. It's really exciting, and it's interesting because it's new. And for instance, this line, there's nothing like it on the market. I think we're going to see a lot more products like this in the coming months, if not the coming years, for sure.
It's really wonderful, and it's very exciting because you also shared with me that it is creating a lot of excitement at the show here, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. People have been coming by our booth, taking the questionnaires. We're giving out shirts. There's just been a lot of buzz around this line, which is fun, because it seems like there's a lot of the same products, that are just packaged a little bit differently in different bottles. This is an entirely different paradigm. I think that people are, we just kind of are planting the seed, giving them a little bit of information. If they want to go further, they can. So I think it's been fun. It's been fun for me because I get to speak to my love, which is Ayurveda. So
it's very, very exciting. Well, we're definitely hoping to have you on our program so you can speak further about what it is you do, and especially speak to some of our practitioners so that they can, the pill form that the society is so used to taking, it's simple. And you have really captured it. I do believe the simplicity that this society is so used to. Pop the pill, pop the vitamin. And to ask someone to change their whole diet is not as simple at this day and age, the pace of our lifestyles, etc. But now you've actually formulated all the herbs that one needs in that pill form.
It really is a true dietary supplement. I think that people can get benefit whether or not they eat the pristine Ayurvedic diet, but getting the benefits from the herbs directly. So, we have dietary supplements, but not dietary supplements specifically for yogis or people that are interested in Ayurveda. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nick Bitz. Thank you for your time during this busy time, and we will be in touch with you because we would love to travel this path further with you as we share this sort of awareness and consciousness with our communities.
Great. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. We will actually be inviting some of those individuals back on the show because the story of their product is one thing, like Power Immune is another wonderful company that actually saved us during the whole show because it kept our immune system strong so that we wouldn't get too run down and sick. Maca Magic is another wonderful product that is amazing in its frequency, and I spoke to them at the show as well, and we do have a clip of that interview as well. There is another company that is endorsed by David Wolf, who a lot of you may know of him for nutrition and water and and health. He is endorsing this wonderful product called Superfoods, and they are a new line of organic natural products. They have some grains, they have sugars that are raw. They're all raw, and the frequency is so high in all these foods. We were hoping, I mean, we did an interview with David Wolf, but we're hoping to run back to actually be able to film what they had at for display. Really, really lovely bowls of these lovely grains. Here we go, Sense Superfoods. And yes, they have raw heirloom organic cacao, and they have maca, they have banana products, goji berries, golden berries, Incan spirulina, sun-dried cane juice crystals, stone-ground Himalayan salt, and oh my goodness, a full line of cold water extracted Ayurvedic herbs. Now, this is going to be something to look for. They are hoping to be in just your regular grocery stores because they're able, and they've been able to make it so that it is now cost effective. It is cost effective for us to be buying natural, organic, raw foods, which, as we all know, 5 years ago, we would be paying 4 times the price for anything like this. That's why, hence, there wasn't a lot in the market. And hopefully this paradigm shift that they're able to give us these products or make these products available to us comparable to anything, conventional products, that will hopefully really cause a paradigm shift throughout the world, so that people will begin to be more conscious and eat more healthy. You know, if you're comparing the same, 2 different products for the same price, who wouldn't go for the product that's better for us? So, we really wish them all the luck. This is Sense Superfoods, and again, it's endorsed by David Wolf. I hope that you'll have a moment to see my interview with him here. Well, we are here with a very exciting new company that has sort of gone into the public retail route now, and I am here right now with the David Wolf.
Hello, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for taking the time and a moment with us, and out of this crazy schedule here, it's pretty intense here. So
it is a wild show. Just to get in here and park, it's taken some people 2 hours. So there's somewhere around 40 or 50,000 people at the show today. Tomorrow it will easily be over 60,000. It's a stadium of people.
Absolutely. That's why they're making us park at the stadium.
Right.
So David, tell us about this new exciting venture.
There's just an incredible thing that's happened, and that is I've been in the superfood business for about 10 years. And the reason why I got into it is because I found out through experience that even our best fruits and vegetables, even organic fruits and vegetables, don't have enough nutrients in them. And that led to the idea of going after the most powerful foods in every different culture that have been tried and tested, time proven. Things like aloe vera, hemp seed, acai, maca, raw goji berries, raw cacao, or raw chocolate. So we could get enough mineral density and nutrients so we wouldn't have to take supplements if we didn't need to, and we could get everything from food. That's how I got into the superfood business. And because of my connections in that industry, the guy who was the best sourcing guy in the entire superfood world, him and I finally were able to connect after all these years, even knowing each other and really wanting to work together. But we were in different companies doing different things, but we always really wanted to work together. And we finally got together, and Sense Superfoods is the result of that.
Oh, that's really fantastic. I mean, I've been walking around this table right now, and just, I come from the bodywork healing arts side, just feeling the natural energetic levels of these products that you have is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It's incredible labor of love. And one of the ethics that I have is that I want to have the highest quality product at the lowest possible price. And in the beginning, that was very difficult because it's a new industry. So I would always have highest prices, even though it was high quality, it was also high prices. And it just hurt me. It was really difficult to just have to deal with people having to pay, the sizable amounts of money for this kind of stuff. And I felt like, okay, as long as I stick with it, like the computer industry, that eventually the prices are going to come down as the market grows bigger. And so we're at that place now, so we can come out with the highest quality at the lowest price. and that just makes me feel so great about what I'm doing, because I feel like it's now available to everyone. Like chlorella, you can get a whole bag of chlorella, $13. Anybody can afford that, even if you're on a very low income budget. And now we're working also to go a little bit deeper to make it easier for folks who are even on food stamps to even be able to buy food products at farmers markets with food stamps. That's the latest thing. That's the latest thing happening today.
Right. I mean, I'm a lover of farmers markets.
Yeah.
You know, that's my church, as I would call it, every Sunday.
Every Sunday, right? That's what I'm doing this Sunday, actually. I will be there on Sunday this week.
There you go. So it's true. I mean, it's so great that these people can actually tap into those natural sources again.
Right, exactly. We want to make it available to everybody, and this is what the thing about computers too. It's again, when the market begins, it's a high priced item, and then gradually that price comes down, more competition comes in, then certain products will stick out qualitatively, and we feel like we're the Apple computer of superfoods.
This is really, really exciting times here. And so most of these are actually going right into the retail market all over?
These products go into our longevity warehouse products. They go into retail outfits like Safeway. They show up in trail mixes. And these are trail mixes where people don't even know that the product is raw and organic, right? Because we're able to give a better price than people who are in the conventional food industry. So we're looking at every different angle that's out there, and it's incredibly exciting because we're actually able to go in and compete against conventional produce, against conventional foods, conventional dried foods, and conventional superfoods with organic foods that are raw too.
Do you feel that there's been this huge paradigm shift in the last few years as people are sort of going back in time of how they're taking care of themselves and nourishing themselves and better understanding? There's
a tsunami happening. It's a tsunami. People are jumping off the old paradigm so fast that it's incredible. I've never really could feel this happening before like it is now. You know, it's like I've been in this industry almost 20 years of my life, and it's been building up momentum year after year, and now it's at a point you can't actually know what that is until you experience it. It's just incredible what's happening. I think we're at the very crest of a wave that's hitting the whole Western world and to some degree the Eastern world. I mean, we're going to be setting up events in Singapore next year. We're going to be in Hong Kong. We're doing events in Bali. I mean, it's happening.
You need a new assistant?
It's amazing. I do have the best assistants ever. I am so blessed that way.
You don't have me, honey.
Incredible. Yeah, maybe I need to hire you. I'm so blessed that way. I've had so many incredible assistants, so many wonderful people that I've worked with over the years, so many really fun people to work with, and it's just been great. You know, I've been blessed in this work.
Well, we wish you much luck and really a prosperous venture.
Thank
in
you.
so many ways.
Thank you so
isn't
much.
it wonderful to see wellness sort of start to trickle all around the planet as people are getting more and more conscious about what they're doing with themselves and their lives?
So much so, and it's all about where we focus our attention, right? Where we focus our attention, our energy flows, right? Where our attention goes, energy flows. And if we can focus on our own personal wellness, then we empower ourselves. Next thing we know, we can focus on the wellness of our family and then our community, and it grows out from there. It's like when you're on an airplane and the mask drops down. They tell you about this mask that drops down. You got to put the mask on yourself first so you can save your child. And that's where we start, the inner healing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, David, for this time that you're taking with us. And
Thank
I
you.
hope to get you on our show as well.
Right on.
Yeah.
Love to be on the show.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
And I hope you've enjoyed spending this time as I was able to do the review from the Natural Products Expo 2012. There will be other special events coming up in the next few months and hopefully ongoing that we'll be able to cover for you and actually do a review of at the end of each of those expos or conferences that we will be attending. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Trinity of Life with myself, Christina Suzama, and I look forward to seeing you next week with our special guest, Paula Wilbur.